Hey, what's up, guys? Happy March 2nd. We're starting off March strong. We're coming in with a workout. I know I'm not the main event for tonight, but I'm a happy substitution to help everybody start off March with their goals, whatever they're aspiring towards. The word for today is going to be fast, and I'm going to go into that at the very end for spiritual reasons, and also too, if you want to give up something to receive something in the end. We're going to talk about in the last cool down period of today's workout. So we're just going to jump right into it today. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a light little jog. So if you're standing in place or if you're sitting in your chair, we're just going to start off nice and strong. And I want you to move your arms and get those knees up off the ground. If you have any knee problems, just take it nice and slow. Just do a nice walk in place. Bring your knees up as far as you can. And we're going to do this now for 10 seconds. Remember, when you get towards the end, towards 10, you're going to slow down your heart rate and then stop. Don't come to an abrupt stop. So we're going to go starting now. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to take it back. So we're going to open up our upper body now. And we're going to do our shoulder rolls going back. So I want you to dig into your shoulder blades. And we're going to do that 5 times going backwards. So we're going to go this way. We're going towards the projector behind me. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to stop. And now we're going to go forward now. So I'm going to go towards the camera. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to open just like the airplane. We're going to start off with our small circles. Remember, if you have any issues with your shoulders or if you have limited mobility, just take this nice and small. This is a mobility exercise. And we're going to just open up. And I'm going towards you guys, so I'm going forward. And you're just going to open wider and wider and wider until your shoulders can't go anymore. And then we're going to stop. We're going to come back. And now instead of going forward, we're going to go in the opposite direction now. Kind of like I'm flailing backwards. So, and we're just going to open wider and wider so you feel your upper body is open. Take deep breaths during this time. We want to open up your thoracic cage. That's just a fancy word for the cage that protects your lungs, but we want to open that up. Today is going to be a cardio workout, and you should feel it all right up here. And then the next thing that we're going to do something called not a little side run. So what we're going to do, so what I want you to do, I want you to face this side of the camera. So technically this would be, my left side, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. So almost like a little jump step is what we're going to do. So this is still a part of the world to get our heart rates up, to get our breathing up. I want you to take your time with this, especially if either you're out of shape or if you have any breathing difficulties, any type of comorbidities. Just take it nice and slow. The whole point of this exercise is to get your heart rate up and to get your body loose. All right, so we're going to take that now for 10 seconds, and then we're going to turn to the other side and we'll do the same thing, okay? Get any chairs or anything out the way so that you won't fall, trip, or anything. All right, and we're just going to start that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to slow it down. And then we're going to stop. We're going to transition. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side now. So it's just going to do like a little side step. We're going to take that for 10 seconds, slow it down towards the end, and then you're going to slowly come to your stop. All right, so we're going to go. I'm starting off with my left foot, and we're just pointing, and we're popping back and forth. So 1, 2. I want you to move your upper body as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Slow it down. And 10. And we're going to come to a nice little stop. You want to do like a little active rest as you're slowing down, you can, so that way you don't have to abruptly stop. It's not going to feel hard. Not going to feel period. So now we're going to open up. I just want you to follow along with me. So our next move is going to be this. So we're going to take our elbow and we're going to go back and forth, back and forth. So this is like a little dance step. I learned this from Zumba, but we're going to shake it up today, considering that I'm the substitute for today. So we're going to take this 10 times on both sides. So roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna bring it back. Nice jog in place for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna do that same move that we were just doing, the little Zumba dance. We're gonna take that 10 more times, okay? And then we're gonna do some light stretches, and then we'll get into our lower body workout for today, okay? All right, so we're gonna do a little dance move. So we're gonna take our elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have music playing, it'd be awesome. 6 and 9, you gotta go to your own rhythm. 8, 9, 10. Come back. We're gonna do our active little rest. And one thing I actually want to do with you guys before we transition into our lower body, we're gonna just open up our hips now. So at this point, you should be nice and warm. You should have like a little gloss to you because of the sweat, which is good. You should feel nice and loose. All right, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna get into your tree trunk stance. For anyone who's been with me, it's literally just a very wide stance that I like to call it, but it's because you sort of resemble like tree trunks with your roots. You're planted on the ground and you can't really fall over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our hands on our hips, and we're just gonna open up our hips by doing rotations. So on this side, I'm leaning into my right hip, coming around all the way, and we're gonna center, and then we're gonna do it again. We're gonna take this is my second time. So I'm going on my third rotation now. And you can take this up to 5, okay? On just the right side. This is number 4. And my last one on the right, number 5. And if you didn't know, you do know now, we're gonna do 5 on the same, we're gonna do 5 now on the opposite side. So again, get into a nice stance. We're gonna go forward. We're gonna pivot our hip. We're gonna go back, we're gonna rotate, and we're gonna pull it out, or we're gonna go forward. And all we're doing is we're just loosening up your pelvis and your hips. This is number 3, we're on number 4 now, so we're gonna take this 2 more times. Then we're gonna stop at 5. We're gonna do 1 more. And we're gonna stop. And then we're gonna do some hip rotations. So I just want, if you need a chair for this, you can use it, at least you have core balance. Use it for these purposes. So I don't mind anybody grabbing the chair. It's important you don't fall over or you don't break your balance, because again, when you do that, you lose your confidence and you don't want to do the exercise again. So to instill that confidence, we're gonna hold on to the chair. We're gonna bring our right leg up, and then we're gonna do our hip rotations. And this is just an external rotation. So we're gonna go forward. You're gonna start out nice and small. We're gonna do 5 and slowly progress to get a little bit bigger. Almost kind of like we were doing the mobility with our shoulders. It's the same principle, except we're working our lower body now. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're gonna do the same thing now, except we're gonna go backwards. So I'm gonna make sure I'm stable. I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna go the opposite way. So before I was going forward into the camera, now I'm going backwards towards the projector. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You could use the wall, you could use, if you have a partner, you could hold on to them. It's really good for just, you gain your confidence like that. All right, so we're gonna come up now. We're gonna do the same thing on the left side. We're gonna go towards the camera. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and this is a good way in order to test your range of motion with your hips. It's a good way to see how flexible you are. For me, you could be flexible on one side better than the other, and that's a good opportunity to kind of target that area. So we're gonna go 2 more now. You could just go up to 5. I'm just loosening up my hips. And we're gonna stop. We're gonna pause. And now we're gonna take that same leg and we're gonna go backwards towards the projector. So you put your hand on your hip, you keep it at your side, doesn't matter. We're gonna go the opposite way now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take this 2 more times because I feel like this back area is a little bit tight for me. Excellent job. So at this point, you guys should be nice and loose now. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition. The first half of this exercise is gonna be predominantly in our leg region. So I'm gonna bring back a lot of favorites, a lot of front kicks, a lot of squats, a lot of double squats and stuff that's been new from last week. I wasn't supposed to teach this month, but it's a blessing to be here with you guys. So we're gonna kind of do what we wanted to do. All right, so let's get it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, you're gonna get into your stance. For anyone who's been here with me, you know I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm a boxer by nature. But I kind of incorporate little elements of that style here. So for anyone who is a regular fighter, meaning orthodox fighter, your power leg is your right leg. Really where all your power comes from. Your left leg is your lead leg. If you are southpaw, the position changes. So when we come up, for people who are right hand dominant, and that's what this means, your back leg is your power leg. Your left leg is your lead leg. So kind of the one that like divvies your direction, but your power comes like the Mike Tyson punch when all of your body comes with you. So the reason why I say that, you're just gonna get into a nice little stance, nothing crazy. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do our front kicks, but I want your position to be standard though with this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our hands up in front of our face like this. Not too tight where I can't see anything, but not too loose where if somebody hits me, you know, I can get hurt. So we're gonna keep our hands up. We're gonna do our basic front kick. So we're gonna come up and we're gonna kick towards the camera. We're gonna come back. All right. So I'm gonna show that again. We're gonna come up. We're gonna kick towards the camera. And I'm gonna slow it down. And you see how my foot comes up like that? And I come right back down. I get right back into my stance. Okay. So we're gonna do that on the right side first. In the event that you do need help and you don't feel comfortable doing anything on one leg, you can do this with your handy dandy chair. You can come up, kick, and come back. Up, kick, and come back. That'll actually help you with your form for anybody who doesn't feel comfortable coming like that and getting back into their stance yet. So if this makes you feel more confident in yourself, then you do that. It's not a problem with me. Right? So you have two options for anyone who may have like, you know, a balance issue. And with that, let's take it away. So we're gonna go hands up in front of your face for anyone who's standing with me. And we're gonna take this 10 times on the right side and then we're gonna switch over. And stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when you do it, you should have a target in front of you. Could be the wall, could be a picture, something, or even just a spot for you to focus on. And that's where I want your front foot to kick. And when you do it with power. Don't just kick it, just to kick it. That's not the point of this. So we're gonna come up. I think we're on number 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. We're gonna bring it back. All right. So I'm gonna switch the bad boy over here, just in case if anybody wants it on the side. All right. So now we're gonna transition now from the right over to the left side. Again, these are for people now who are left hand dominant, right? So you're a southpaw fighter. All right. So again, this is my regular stance. Now we got to switch it up. And now my right leg is now my directional. And now my left leg is my dominant. So this is where my power comes from. So when we come forward, it comes all from here going forward towards the camera. So same principles. We're going to keep our hands tucked in front of our face, which is something you should always do, even if you're playing or you're sparring for the first time, whatever it is. Always protect your face at all times, whether you're just playing or whatever, because it's very easy for someone to play around and somebody gets hit. So we're going to come up now. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up. We're going to kick and we're going to bring it right back into position. And at the same time, you're going to keep your hands up. I don't want your hands to drop. Muay Thai fighters, and this is something that you guys will learn with me, Muay Thai fighters come up and their hands come back. And what that does is it keeps you open up here. That's what we don't want. When you kick, my hands never leave my face. And that takes time. So again, if you need to use the chair, you could use it. All right, so we're gonna do 10 and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring it home. Excellent job, everybody. Okay, so before we get into our next exercise, I'm going to show you guys one more thing. We're going to take this 10 times and it's going to be the same kicks essentially, except you're going to challenge yourself and you're going to alternate feet now. So instead of just doing one kick and coming home, you're going to do one kick, bring it back, switch it up, get out, and you're going to be forced to switch up your stance. I know this makes people uncomfortable. That's the whole point of it. But the whole point of discomfort is to help you grow and evolve and to challenge yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to walk through it. Also, too, for anyone who has any type of extreme mobility issues, you can do this sitting. You just keep your hands in front of your face and just do your front kicks. So just know that there's an alternative option. I just thought of it just now. All right. All right, so I'm gonna walk through this exercise. We're gonna alternate and we're just gonna do 10 total, not 20, just 10. All right, so I'm gonna just show it. So it's gonna go 1, down. I'm gonna switch, kind of like when we were doing our warm-up before. We're gonna switch feet. We're gonna come up. We're gonna kick, and then we're gonna switch. Your hand shouldn't come down. That was my fault. We're gonna come up, kick. We're gonna get back into our stance. We're gonna reverse, kick, back into our stance, reverse. Okay? So there's a lot of moving parts with this. Just take it nice and slow. We're only doing 10. We'll do it together, okay? So again, hands up, get into your stance. We're gonna go 1, switch, 2, switch, 3, switch, 4, switch, 5, switch, 6, switch, 7, switch, 8, switch, 9, switch, and bring it home on number 10. Excellent job. So right away, you should feel your heart rate up. You should still feel a little more sweaty, and you should be proud of yourself. Kicking is not easy. It's one of the hardest mixed martial arts that you could do is mastering your legs. You know, mastering, what was it, like your inner balance with yourself, and also too, it takes a lot of precision. Anybody can kick you, but it depends on where the kick is being placed, how powerful it is, and also too, just how, I want to say how, the form is everything. So congratulations if you did all that by yourself. I'm very proud of you. And now we're gonna transition into our next exercise. So we're gonna do side kicks, something very simple. This I can show what you're actually, I've done this before. I kind of like to recycle through stuff so everything is sort of compounded, but then up the intensity. So we do our little side kick, very simple. So 1, 2, 3, okay? And then show it on the opposite side, my left side. You can engage your core by contracting your abdominals. Again, use the chair for balance if you don't feel comfortable or confident in your stance. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. That particular exercise was it was inspired by one of our patrons who unfortunately passed within this past year. He was a former football player, excellent guy, a roundabout way, comes from a great family. So I kind of always keep the side kicks in there for these purposes, but they are a good workout though too for your hips. They're also good for your inner thigh muscles as well as your quadriceps as well. So with that being said, we're gonna do 10 on the right side and then we're gonna switch and we're gonna do 10 on the left, okay? All right, so we're gonna come up and we're gonna do 10 side kicks and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. We're gonna transition. We're gonna do the left side now. You can do it without the chair if you want to. For these purposes, I'll do it with the chair because for me, it makes no difference. So we're gonna come up. We're gonna keep our tummy tucked, back straight. All right, and now we're gonna do our 10 side kicks on the left side. So 1, 2, 3. In any event too, if you're having any problems getting your leg up as high as mine is, you don't have to go that far out. You can come here and just enough to open up your hip muscles and bring it right back. So whatever you feel comfortable with, if you have limited range of motion, that's perfectly fine. For me, I try to test the waters more and more, so I try to get my leg up as high as I can. Again, go where your max point is. All right, so that's number 3. We're going on number 4 now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. All right. So the next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna bring back an old favorite, an oldie but goodie. And I'm sure everybody doesn't like these because I don't like them. I hate doing them personally, but they're good for you. We're just gonna do basic squats, and then we're gonna spice it up a little sprinkle as you call it. We're gonna do 10 basic squats, and then I'm gonna show you a couple other ones afterwards. So again, I'm gonna move my chair out. You will be needing a chair at some point for later on in the exercise program. So, all right, so I'm gonna get into my tree trunk stance. And I know I don't have to go through that if you're paying attention the first time. So we're gonna get into our nice little stance. And I honestly, I like to bend my knees. What the whole point of this is you're gonna keep your back straight. You're gonna keep your abs contracted. And I have this nice little stance here where I balance, but I'm also too where my body is bent and I'm mobile. So we're gonna come. I like to keep my hands here. You can keep them here on your sides, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Now we're just gonna start. I'm gonna come up a little bit, and then we're just gonna do a basic 10, okay? So we're gonna go down and up, okay? So we're gonna start that, and we're just gonna do 10 repetitions. Excuse me as I figure out my footwork here, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. And we're gonna come up to do an active rest, nice and light, just to stretch out your muscles again. So we can take that for a couple seconds. And then we're gonna do another 10. So we're gonna do another set, 20 in total. All right, so we're gonna come back into our stance. Nice and balanced. Feel free to fix your feet at any point during this. Go down, and we're gonna do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. I'm gonna bring it back. Kind of going back to our normal period. And take your light little jog for about 5, 6 seconds. And slow it down. Okay. And we're gonna come back. I personally like to do active rest. So it's not where you completely stop and start looking around like people at the gym on their phones. You kind of keep your body moving. Try to usually bounce. You know, we go side to side. Depends on what you like. Okay, so we did our basic squats. We did 20 of them. Excellent job. Now we're gonna amp up the intensity a little bit. So I didn't want to do weights today because I did weights last time I was here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend like we have something on our shoulders, like weights, and we're gonna do a double pump squat. So it's not just this traditional, like we're gonna go straight down. It's gonna be where we go down, and there's a little pump. So there's almost like 2 squats in one. And by the end of this workout, I promise you, you're gonna feel it in your legs. So we're gonna do double squats today. And again, you're just gonna pretend, you can pretend weights here. And then go up. Or if not, you could do like the standard, keep your hands on your hips, exercise, whatever makes you comfortable. All right, everybody, let's get to it. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna go do 10. Take your time, nice and slow. Remember, want your back straight, your belly tucked, and your booty out. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, number 10. And up. Excellent job. Come back into active rest with me. Do your nice little jog or your nice little side step. Whichever you prefer, you got options. For me, I like to do a nice little jog, keep my hands moving. Take this for a couple seconds now. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 5. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna do another set of those of the double squats. If you want to challenge yourself, you're at home and you have weights, feel free to use your weights. I would say no more than between 5 or 10 pounds. If you are an active lifter, you can use bigger weights. You just have to test yourself again at what your maximum is, because again, you don't want to give yourself a knee tear or something. I would say maybe just start with 5 or 10 pounds and go down with your weights, do double pumps and come right back up. All right, so we're getting back into position. All right, and we're gonna do 10 total again of the same thing. Again, you can keep your hands here, pretend you have weights, you can keep it here, it's fine with me. And we're gonna go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And one more. 10. Excellent job. Proud of you guys. You're doing it today with me. All right, we're getting it. All right, so now we're gonna transition. We're gonna keep in the squat family. I do have a chair here with me today. So I have an itty chair. If you don't have a chair, you could use your couch. If you don't have your couch, you could just pretend that there's like a box behind you. We're doing something called box squats. This was something I was taught at Manhattan College by the manager who actually became a dear friend of mine. And he was teaching me actually how to lift at the time. So inspired by him too, that today I thought about doing something without weights, but instead just mimicking the motion of box squats. So all box squats are pretty much is that you're doing a basic squat. We're gonna do it a little differently. Your stance is not gonna be as far, just because again, you have a chair behind you. But the whole point of this, and we'll come around so that everybody can see me. Come up. I haven't done these in a while, so what we're gonna do is my stands up in the front here are not my tree trunk. They're not widely spread. They're just shoulder width apart right now, and they're flared out. So the shoulder width apart, but they're a little flared, just so that I have that grip and balance. So I'm gonna come here, and we're gonna just test out. We're gonna do 5. So with box squats, as you can see, my booty's out, my abdominals are tucked in, and my glutes are contracted, right? So we're gonna go down, and we're gonna come up. Actually, I'm gonna step a little bit away from the chair. So we're gonna go down, and we're gonna come up. We're gonna go down, and we're gonna come up. So it's a basic squat. And you're really gonna target your glutes and your buttocks region. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna get into a nice little stance, shoulder width apart, feet out so that they're angled. My hands are right here. My back is straight, and I'm gonna do a regular squat. But I'm gonna keep in mind that the chair is there as my guide. And I'm gonna go down, and as soon as I touch the chair, some trainers will tell you, don't touch the chair, go as low as you can before you. If you're new to this, just touch the chair. It's a good target for you, for your butt to sit on for a second and spring right back up. It's not for you to sit down. It's just a little reminder like, oh, there it is, and you pop back up. All right, so we're gonna do 5 to start. We're gonna see how we feel, and then we'll go and increase the repetitions. All right, so we're gonna start, and if you have a couch, or if you don't, again, you can still just do your basic squats and just add this on. Or you could shorten up your stance and modify the exercise to best fit you. So we're gonna come here. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry if I got carried away. I was only supposed to go to 5, but if you hit 10, great job. All right, so we're gonna come in, we're gonna do our active rest again. We're gonna go for 5 seconds with our little jog or our little slides. Whatever you feel comfortable with. 4, 5. And we're gonna slow it down. Okay. And now we're back. All right, since I did 10, we're gonna do another set of 10 with our box squats over here. We're gonna get into our stance. And check in with yourself too. If something doesn't feel right or the angle's off or you're not standing correctly, fix your stance. Don't be afraid. I much prefer that someone do it right than to do it wrong the whole exercise and then they kind of feel defeated afterwards. That's not what we want. We want to instill confidence in someone. So again, your stance out. Now we're gonna start. So 1, 2. I'm gonna widen up my stance for myself so that I can like go down a little bit further. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Take a deep breath. I promise you guys a rest anyway. And we're gonna do 5 more now, okay? All right, so get in your stance. And we're gonna go down. We're gonna go 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job, everybody. Switch into active rest. Go in 5 seconds. Got it. And slow down. All right, so I hope at this point you're feeling it, because I'm starting to feel it, in my quadriceps and in my hammy. I'm starting to feel it all throughout right here. And it's really just because of the compound movements we've been doing, plus also this particular squat. Also, for me, with my stance, I widened out my stance. I started targeting more of these inner muscles here. So if you won't widen out your stance, play with it a little bit, play with the position a little bit, obviously stay in balance with yourself, make sure that you're not gonna fall over. Again, back straight, tummy tucked and your booty contracted, and then go straight down, okay? So we're gonna take that 10 more times, and then we're gonna transition to our next exercise. You guys are doing great so far, and then we're gonna move into our foot fire drills, which is the cardio for today, on top of everything else you've been doing. So we're gonna get into our little stance over here. Again, I'm gonna widen mine. We're gonna come up now. Another way to do this is also to pretend that you have a bar on your back, which is the way that I learned initially when I did this exercise. It wasn't a chair, it was like a little box. I had about 10, the bar itself is about 30 pounds, and then with the additional weight, maybe like 50, and I was squatting with that on my back. This is a more modified exercise because there is no additional weight, but you're doing it for the form, and you're doing it to target your lower body as well as really your glutes. So when you go to the gym, talk to your trainer, be like, hey, I want to do box squats with weight, and they'll teach you, and probably better than even I can. Today, just stick to basics. So we're gonna go down, and we're gonna do our box squats. I'm gonna come a little bit over. All right, and I'm gonna test it. So I'm gonna go 1. That works for me. Okay, we're gonna start. So we're gonna do 5, we're gonna break, and then we're gonna do 5, so 10 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Deep breaths. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. In the event that your chair moves and it falls back, don't worry. It's really supposed to be a guide. You should not fall over if you're doing the exercise correctly or if your stance are correct. It's really just a little guide for you so that you can really just focus on your form to target certain muscle groups. All right. So now we're done with our squatting for today. Maybe, you know me, I always like to switch it up. All right, we're gonna do just a brief time check. We're doing great, actually. We had about 25 minutes. So we're gonna rotate a little bit about what we did today. Towards the end, we're gonna freestyle a little bit, just because I wanted to bring back some punching drills, things I've done in the past. All right, so we're gonna do something called a foot fire drill. This is really for the intense cardio people. I mean, it's not too intense, but again, it can be picked up where it can be an intense workout. So we're gonna get this up the way, just so that I don't fall over it. And if anyone has ever seen the movie Rudy, it kind of takes back to almost like a football drill where they do foot fire, where you get into almost like a tree trunk stance, you get low, and then you come up and you do foot fire drill. So it's like a 1-2 pattern motion that you just keep going up and down until the coach says stop or to switch. For this purpose, we're gonna just do like the basic, and then we're gonna pick up a little bit more and more. I'm gonna incorporate a different movement each time, okay? So what we're gonna do is, so we could do it together, when I say go, we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds, and then you're either gonna stop or you're gonna switch sides. So if I say left, this is my left. If I say right, we're gonna go right, okay? So we're gonna start out, we're gonna go, when we say go, we're gonna get to our foot fire stance. Your hands are gonna come up, almost like you're running in place. You're gonna hold it when I say left, we're gonna switch, and we're gonna come back, all right? So we can go left, we can go right. When you do your left-hand side from the foot fire, you're gonna do kind of like the movements we've been utilizing all through this workout. We're gonna switch, and we're gonna switch it back. That's why we did our pelvic region a lot today when we warmed up and we did our legs, so that our body has that mobility when we turn. All right, so we're gonna take it nice and slow, because again, we just started this and we still have another 20 minutes to get through. So we're gonna keep it nice and light. All right, so we're gonna say go, and we're gonna take this for 10 seconds. And when I say stop, you're gonna stop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stop. And then you switch into active rest. Now's a good time to come back to yourself, focus on your breathing. We're gonna drop into the foot fire again. Right now, I want you to breathe in, breathe out hard, breathe in, breathe out hard. And this is a good reason why I tell people not to stop, because when you stop to start up again, you're starting from ground zero, trying to get off the ground, versus when you're in motion already, that's all right, go. And we're gonna do this for 10 seconds now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, rest. All right. So I like to just come like this for myself. I do a punch forward. If you were here with me about 2 weeks ago, we did like a little side punching drill. For active rest, you can do that. We just want to come back. We're gonna slow things down. 2 more deep breaths. We got 1 more regular foot fire, and then we're gonna start incorporating our moves into it, okay? 2 more. 1 more. Go. Go to 10. And lift your feet off the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. This way. And turn. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. I want you to be in sync with your body, not with me. Check in with yourself. How's your heart rate? How's your breathing? Are you going too fast? Are you not breathing enough? Do I need to slow down? If you need to take a sip of water, please feel free. Just take a 10-second rest. Come back. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths. We're gonna go in. 2. Breathe out hard. Last one. Excellent job. At this point, you should feel reset. My heart rate's calm, body's good. Check in with yourself. How do you feel? If you need another minute, take another minute. If you need to focus on your breathing, fall back. All right, so now we're gonna do our foot fire drill again. Except now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same here. And then we're gonna turn and we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna turn and we're gonna bring it back, okay? All right. For anyone who needs a more modified version of this, because again, this also takes a bit of athleticism, and for anybody who's new, it's kind of intimidating. I remember when I did it when I was an athlete back in basketball, and I hated the drill because you have to have the stamina and the endurance to do it. And it can be intimidating if you're out of shape. It's all what it is. But you're with Coach K today. So, and Coach K can give up on her people. So, because where there's a will, there's a way. And where there's a way around things. So, we're gonna do our foot fire drill. And when we're here, and when I say left, you're gonna turn left. So when we turn now for the modified version, in case you have any problems, you can't turn, or maybe like this is my bad knee, so even myself, I have an awareness of this. Just turn. Simple. Just pivot and turn. That's it. Pivot with your foot. So in this case, I pivoted off my left. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And I'm here. And if you want to pivot off the right, pivot off the right. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. It's all about feeling confident within yourself, and it's going to look different for different people. All right, so we're going to come home. When I say go, we're going to go. All right, so we're going to get low with each other. I got you in front of the camera. I'm your opponent, and we're going to take it to him, okay? And go. Left. 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 That's a slow down version. Right. All right. And there's going to be a continuous motion. There's no stopping here. We're going to go right, left, right, left, left, right, right. Stay with me. All right, hold it out for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, slow it down. Go into your active rest, and then you can stop once you feel centered. 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Excellent job, everybody. All right, take a couple second water break. I'm just gonna check my phone. Excellent. All right, everybody. I hope we're feeling good today because I feel hot and gross down here. All right, so I'm gonna just fix my hair, Coach K, just because I have to. All right, we're gonna go back and we're gonna do this all over again. Now I know why people hate their trainers. All right, all right. We're all set. Take a couple deep breaths. Check in with yourself. How do you feel? I'm winded right now, and my lungs are on fire. Good. We're gonna keep going now. All right. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing. Instead of just turning them in this foot fire drill, we're gonna come home. We're gonna do our basics. We're gonna stay with each other. When I say left, we're gonna turn, except we're gonna stay left. We're not gonna just stop. When I say center, you come back to the center. So if I say right, right, center, left. Sorry if my direction was off for like a second. This is my left and right. But you get the idea though. When I say center, you come back to face the camera. When I say right, we're gonna turn right. Excuse me if I mix up my direction in just a moment. It's all in the heat of the moment, right? All right. When I say center, you come back to the center. You come back to Z and me. When I say the right, you go to the right and stay with it for as long as you can. You come back home, you go left and you stay with it. When I say center, you come back. We're gonna take that for as long as we can go. And then we'll get back to the basics. And then towards the end of our session, in the next, let me see. Next 5 minutes or so, because our fifth fire drill is almost done. We'll transition to our cool down in the last 10 minutes with our 5-minute warning towards the end. But for right now, we got 5 minutes to kick some butt. I'm gonna try not to curse on this because it's probably kids watching. So, all right, so we're gonna come home. We're gonna get into our stance, get low with your opponent. See them in front of you, see me in front of you. Let's go get it, okay? Coming into 2024 hot, all right? And go. So stay with me. Right. Center. Left. 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 Center. 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 Right. Stay with it now when your legs get weak. Think about your week. Think about the person who cut you off in traffic, or the raise you didn't get. Think about your grief for this year, if you have any. Stay with it now. Do it for that you see yourself as. Come on. Center. Stay with it. Left. Left. Center. Active rest. Good job, everybody. I want you to take not 3, several hard breaths now. Hands up. Keep your hands going. You can put your hands out, you can punch, whatever. It's just to keep your heart rate up and to keep that blood circulating or oxygen circulating so you don't run out of steam. Deep breaths. Come back home. And turn. And turn. Bring home. Center. When you feel ready, come home. Come center. Deep breaths. When your heart rate's calm, When you feel comfortable with yourself and it's not overly spiked, calm down. Couple more deep breaths, and we're gonna do our last foot fire drill. You guys have killed it today. I'm very proud of you, especially because, again, this was not supposed to happen today, but we made the most of it on this very gloomy day. It's really rainy, and I would have preferred to stay in bed, but you know what? I was called, and when you're called, you have to answer the call. So we're gonna take it back now. We got 2 more minutes, guys, before we transition into our cool down period. Great job again, everybody who came. Again, we're gonna do one more drill. We're gonna kick it hard, and then we're gonna end in our 10-minute period of breathing, stretching, and coming back to that word of where we started from with the word fast. All right, so let's get it. Center up, square up with your opponent. Let's go. I'm in front of you. All right, let's see who's on. I got Ellen, I got YCR patron, Allie, and Connie. All right, girls, and whoever else is on with me. You got 2 minutes to get yours. So center up with me. Let's get it, all right? Go. Center. Okay, you're gonna push now with me, okay? Push. Left. Left. Center. Left. Center. Right. Push, 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 push. Come on, we gotta earn that rest. Center. Left. Center. Left. Center. Right. Now hold it. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Those hands up. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Left. Center. One more. Right. Center. Right. Home. Hold it. Pick it up, girls. Let's go. Active rest. Remember to breathe.
You're at 10 minutes.
Thank you. Active rest, everybody. Active rest. Deep breaths in. Breathe out through your belly. Exhale all the way down to the pit of your stomach. Center, come home. Move those feet. Breathe. Breathe. One more. One more. Hold it. Let it out. Let's get it, team. Proud of you guys for sticking with me through all this. Okay. So now that we're gonna come home, your foot fire drill is done. Congratulations for doing it. I'm very proud of you for today. Yes, I got my warning, guys. We're going into our cool period, I promise. All right, so we're gonna come up, everybody. We're gonna open up our legs. We're gonna go wide stance. We're gonna go down. We're gonna come up and we're gonna reach towards the ceiling. We're gonna take a big inhalation. And you're gonna let it out on the way down. We're gonna come up again and we're gonna breathe from here. We're gonna reach up. One more. You could just hang for a couple seconds here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna shift our weight over to our right now, and we're just gonna hold. We're gonna stretch the back area here, the hamstring. We're gonna hold it until the muscle in the back tenses. You're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. In the center, hang. It's a good opportunity to stretch out your back. So if you wanna go forward, like towards the books where I am, you can do that just because we've done a lot of work today with supporting our back, our glutes and everything. So you can come and just stretch forward. And now we're gonna shift our weight. Again, we're gonna fence up back here. And hold it for 10 seconds. Center. And we're gonna hold it now, this part for 10 seconds. Come up. Up, and go over. Gonna hold it for 10. Every stretch that we could do, just so that's understood, is gonna be for 10 seconds. Hold. Focus on your breathing and your breath work right now. You're just counting in your head so you feel you're ready to let go. More. And you're gonna hold it. Here. Legs gonna come up. We're gonna twist our body now. Right leg comes up. I'm pulling it towards my chest. And my upper body is turned. If you don't feel comfortable, utilize your chair. Down. Same thing. This comes up. One more time. We're gonna drop now. We're on a 5-minute warning.
5 minutes, yep.
Okay, so we're gonna come down. If you're able to get to the floor, please feel free to get to the floor when we get low. If you're not able to, don't worry. So my left leg is out. I have my right leg contracted. And we're just gonna go. If your shoes are dirty, just wrap around your foot and just hold it and come down. It's almost like a ballerina stretch. So we're gonna come. It's actually for your calf too, since we did a lot of leg work today. So I'm gonna just go. Again, my right leg comes in towards the inner part of my left thigh, touching. I'm gonna grab and I'm gonna lean over. And you just hold it. You're also stretching out this part of your back and your side, your glutes. I'm gonna come up. Leg out. This one in. Okay, so we're gonna take our hand, we're gonna lean on the right side, we're gonna grab our foot. I'm gonna have the left side come over, we'll touch. Get as low as you can. So in my case, where my breastplate meets my quadricep, you're gonna come as low as you can. And you're gonna go and grab with the other hand. You're just gonna hold it and pull down. So you should be feeling it here, here, and then also a little bit in the calf, a little bit of the hamstring. Just hold it and breathe. Okay, our last one we're gonna do is gonna be on the floor before we go into some breath work real quick. So if you can lay down, get to the floor, come all the way down. I'm taking my right leg, I'm bringing it across. I'm bringing my left knee in as close as I can. I'm gonna take the same leg that's crossed and I'm gonna pull it towards me. So what we're focusing on is, I know you guys can't see it, we're really focusing on this region on the opposite side. So that, remember that ball and socket joint and your pelvis and your hip, that's what we're focusing on right now. And part of your back muscles. Just take a couple deep breaths. And we're gonna switch over. Remember, we're gonna take our right leg, we're gonna bring it in as best we can. We're gonna take our left leg now, we're gonna bring it over, we're gonna cross it over. And we're gonna pull it towards us. So we're focusing on the ball and socket joint and part of the back muscles. And we're just gonna hold it now for a couple seconds. Keep your right leg straight. Breathe with me. And then we're gonna come up. We're gonna put our legs out, face towards the camera. And I'm gonna come toward you like you're my stretching partner. And I'm gonna grab your hands and I'm gonna go forward. It's a good time, check in with yourself. Come down. Breathe. Come back. Let's do 2 more times. Okay. 1 more. And then we're gonna come home. I believe we're out of time, actually. We have a minute, so I'm just gonna wrap up real quick, because I have a minute with you girls for everyone. Thank you again, everyone who came on today on this very gloomy March day. We're just gonna bring back to the word of today, which is to fast, which is really to abstain from. So whether it's something negative in your life that you're trying to get rid of, or something positive that you're trying to enforce. For me, I gave up something for Lent. People do it for Ramadan as well. They're 40 days. Whatever it is in your life that you want to be better about, give something up so you could receive something. Whether it's negative self-talk, negative body image, maybe you're too hard on yourself, it's self-loathing, self-shame. Do a better job at giving those things up, to fast from those things so that you can welcome in new blessings and new opportunity into your life and your own love. Because as much as it is to fast to abstain from, it's also a self-discipline, which is an act of love for yourself. So I encourage you, with either this Lenten or Ramadan season or whatever religion or spirituality you are, to give something up to receive.